What's going on, my compulsive Call of Duty players? My name is Xavvo, and we're back at it with another video. So today's video, I'm going to be teaching you all how to get better at Quickscopes, or just how to do in general, because this is a bit of a hard topic to cover. A lot of people will be like, oh, this didn't help me out, this wasn't accurate, this meant nothing to me, this is nothing new. And quite frankly, that's because a lot of the time you learn Quickscoping from trial and error, like I did and most people did. It just playing in game and, you know, going against either public people or against bots and just trying to do it and just getting better that way, you know, learning the hard way basically. In the case of a few weeks, I got really good at it, and that was at the start of this year, I'm pretty sure. So it's something that I have gotten much better at, just from consistently playing the game and just never giving up, just trying every time. But personally, it's actually just a case of having, one, a good trigger finger, and also having good accuracy. So I'm going to give a few little tips that kind of give you a better idea of how you do it, instead of it being like you just go into a game, you're like, where do I start? So yeah, also I just want to say real quick, guys, thank you for the support recently. You've been smashing it on these videos. I've been getting like a bunch of likes, like much higher than I usually get, and I've been getting a fuck ton of views and people subscribing, people newcomers to the channel, which is mental. So if you are new around here and you're considering subscribing, turn on the notification bell. I don't want any inactive subscribers. It just makes it better for me, so you see future videos, you can get future tutorial and helps off me. You can let me know also in the comments what you'd like me to cover next, because I'm pretty short of ideas right at the moment. I've pretty much covered a lot of the ongoing search tutorials in my content recently, so if you could give me more ideas, that would be great. But I'm also thinking of working on more class setups, etc, etc. So yeah, we're going to get into this video with my first tip, and yeah, let's get into this. So firstly, guys, I've gone into a custom game, just a private match, in order to show you this the best. I've gone onto a map which has target dummies, just so I can show you what I'm trying to talk about for this point. So the first one I'm going to say is practice the whole idea of getting the center of the aim onto the head, because you don't want to shoot someone in the chest. It takes the least damage, so you're going to want to go for the head. Now you can see there's this little white reticle mark, this little dot, like an aiming thing. Now you're going to think, oh, I can just shoot there, right? No, that's not the case. You actually, that will shrink as you zoom in. This is baby talks, but this, for people who aren't often that aren't used to the idea of Quickscope, and this is, I'm taking the small steps first. So think about this: when you zoom in, this aim goes down onto this white point here, but it zooms in. So what you have to imagine, right, like with any other gun, so I've used the M4A1 here, for example. So when you aim down the sight, that's at the head, isn't it? You can see that, right? What you need to imagine is when you pull this out, because everyone's comfortable with pulling this out and then firing on the enemy, you need to think the same with that mentality with the sniper. It's almost like it's luck and it's a bit of magic at the same time. What I usually think to myself is, this is gonna hit, this sniper's gonna hit, right? And I imagine where it's gonna land, the snipe, and bam, and when I pull that and I hit it, I actually get a Quickscope. So it's kind of a bit of luck, but it's something you have to practice before the point where it's literally just skill. So let's try it on this dummy. So let's say I'm running in and I want to hit this guy here, right? I'll run in from here, slide, bam, in the head, like that. When you have to take this in mind, this is just the first step. When you're getting into like open matches, people aren't going to be standing still. They're going to be running at you or coming around a corner. So what you need to start off with is just learning to hit it as you come towards a still object. And there is actually trials on the game that will help you to get better with moving people and Quickscoping. There is literally trials that come out each season, and you use a token, and it will allow you to practice your Quickscoping on the people in a certain time limit. So yeah, so this is definitely the first one. So don't ever think, oh, you shoot off this dot like that. Usually you want to get it on that dart, you know, on the person. So imagine you're pulling this out and it's going to land on their head. That's what you have to think with. Focus on hitting the head. So something I often like to do, guys, is start off with 1 or 2 bots and work up in difficulty. This is something that is a great tip for those who aren't so good at quickscoping, and they might be able to pull it off on a regular bot, but as you can see, just keep going up. So you can go and play quick matches, just like in some private matches, against someone of regular. Then if you're feeling up to it and you're feeling like you're getting confident, you can go up to hardened, and then if you're feeling you're up for the next one, you go to veteran and mixed and so on, you know. So you can try that out. That's definitely something that's worth the try. But yeah, we're actually going to go into a match with a bot. We're going to go for regular right now, and I'm going to basically show you how this is going to pull off. So let's go into something like Scrapyard, for example. We're going into the match. We've got 2 people I'm against, and we're now going to try this on these people. We're not going to be using any of this. We're only going to be using this. So let's show you what I mean. Always be prepared to hit a quick scope, because you don't want to be running around like, oh, I'm not ready, and then someone comes out. Watch. Someone could pop out around here. Bam. See what I mean? I hit him in the neck. Necks are also good. Head and neck are the best places to aim for. They get you the most damage. These can be harder. These are like further advancements, right? If you're going to hit snipes when someone's jumping from above, this can be harder. Look, that was an advanced snipe, right? I hardly pulled the trigger. I went like that. Hardly pulled the ADS out, sorry, the scope. I just went bang like that to the face. That would be, you know, a bit of an advanced one. A lot of you will be using the basics, trying to get used to it. So it's kind of just a case of trial and error. As I say, it's just practicing. I can also do a bit of slow-mo on some of these snipers, sniping, and show you how it slowly moves onto the head. Because there's a lot of thought process, but it goes in so quick that you don't even realise it. So there you go. If you put that in slow motion, as you can see, that's what it looks like. So yeah, so that's kind of how it is against bots. Obviously, I'm already good at it, but it's something you have to keep practicing. Another thing I'd recommend is trying it on friends. If you're not so confident about playing against other people yet in open matches, try it on... see, I even hit this guy through gas, and I couldn't see where I was going. That's an advancement of quickscoping. I've been trying it for a long time, as you can see. But yeah, if you're not up to the challenge of playing against other people you've never seen before and they could be really smart, try it on your friends, right? Play with your mates on Modern Warfare if you have any. Mini roast. Just try it with your friends. Playing games and do 1v1s. If you're both really bad at it, that makes it even better. You're both trying at the same level, you know, the same pace. So guys, for the next tip would be to change and adapt your settings. If you've not seen my best settings, the settings that made me good, go watch that video. I'll have that picture on screen of which video that is. But essentially, I went through the settings, and those settings I've selected have actually worked for both short range, long range, and medium range. So this works for sniping perfectly. So if you've got a really low ADS, well, a very low sensitivity, it's probably going to mess with your quickscoping a lot, because you will have to have quick reaction times and be able to turn fastly and aim down the sights fast. So that's definitely something you want to consider. So definitely watch that video, adapt and change your settings to your liking, and just, yeah, make your sensitivity a lot better than it was before, which might have been low and not so easy to cope with. And finally, on to the last tip, that will be to actually use better ADS on your weapon. So let's go to my AX50. This is kind of like a bit of a class setup right here. So as you can see, I've got a bunch of aim down sight speed and movement speed, which actually adds mobility to your weapon. You want as much ADS as you can get to your weapons. Because if you're trying to aim down a sight that takes like a good 1 to 2 seconds to pull the scope out, you've got no chance. You're not going to beat anyone in a gunfight. You're not going to get any good quickscopes. So you need to have better ADS, need to have better mobility. So it just makes it easy for you to actually pull the sniper out on your opponent, like I've been doing in the clips. So that's definitely something you want to, you know, obviously follow. Now, don't use the HDR, don't use the Dragunov either, not good for quickscoping. The 𝙳𝚒𝚗𝚔𝚗, if you get enough stuff on it, it can be good for ADSing, quickscoping, and 𝙬𝚒𝚗𝚜 100% because it's a bolt action, so they definitely take more damage. So these two are the ones I'd go for. You can see they look pretty similar as well, so go for these two, don't go for the top two. And with marksman rifles, you can go for the EBR-14 MK2 carbine or the Kar98K. That's kind of my little tips for this video. So if this did help you out, be sure to leave a like on this video, comment and subscribe. And yeah, if you're new around here, make sure to turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss a single video that comes out on this channel. I'd really appreciate that. And again, I don't want any inactive subs, so if you're actually considering subscribing, it just means you're dedicating your time to see my videos. If you know you're not going to watch any future videos, don't subscribe. I wouldn't even mind if you just left a like and commented, honestly. So yeah, honestly, thank you for watching. I can see a lot of dislikes coming in from this, personally, because this is something that people will not agree on, people will find hard to understand, and that's as best as I can break it down to you, really. It's just down to practice, your ADS on your weapons and sensitivity, and just keeping at it. You can't go off the game for weeks and never play it again and then be like, oh, why am I so bad? It's because you haven't been playing enough, you haven't been practicing. I mean, I've left for some time, and obviously my skill doesn't completely go, but trust me, it happens for all of us. Even the best of snipers can leave the game for a few days, even a few weeks, and we can come back and have the worst aim ever, but it takes a little bit more time just to get back into. But it's something you have to kind of just stay consistent at. And if you have any other games that have similar kind of play style to Modern Warfare, you can practice it in those games as well. So obviously you're never really going to lose that skill as long as you just keep getting better and progressing with it, and that's as best as advice I can give. So obviously thank you again for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye guys.